have 7 o'clock, so we'll call this meeting to order. Mike, can you get the roll?
Helwig,
Here.
Holland,
Here.
Humphrey,
Here.
Genuine,
Here.
Lettler,
Here.
Price,
Here.
Ward,
Here.
Wilson,
Here.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Here. Travis, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have minutes from the October 19th special meeting and regular meeting.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genuine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Adoption of the agenda. Mike or John, are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
No, there are not.
Move the agenda. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genuine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Visitors to be heard. Addressing the council. Persons addressing the council shall use the microphone at the podium. Please raise your hand to be recognized, go to the podium, and state your name and address. For items not on the agenda, members of the public may speak under visitors to be heard on any topic not on the agenda. Remarks are limited to 5 minutes and no decision will be made at this time. For agenda items, public testimony will be taken at the beginning of each agenda item after the subject has been announced by the mayor and explained by staff. Any citizen who wishes may speak one time for 5 minutes on each agenda item. Public testimony will then be closed and the topic will be given to the governing body for possible action. At this point, only city council members and staff may discuss the current agenda item unless a council member moves to allow another person to speak and there is unanimous consent from the council. Questions from council members, however, may be directed to staff or a member of the public through the presiding officer at any time. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on any item not on the agenda?
None in City Hall.
Turning it to the council. Is there anyone on council that would like to speak? I guess before we move on to our next item, I would just like to remind everyone that we do have an election tomorrow, and I hope that everyone gets out and votes. I have great faith in our county election officials that it's going to be a very orderly and safe process for those who haven't voted early. And I know that although there's a lot of uncertainty, that we are a community of people that care about each other and are going to take care of each other regardless of the outcome because we're neighbors that are here to support each other. So I'm looking forward to it being over, but I know that Vermillion's in good hands. We have no public hearings today, so we will move on to old business. We've got the review of emergency resolution encouraging use of face coverings or face masks and determine continuation of the emergency resolution. John?
Thank you, Mayor. Excuse me. The emergency resolution was adopted by the City Council at the October 5th meeting and became effective on October 10th. During the course of adoption of emergency ordinances and resolution, the Council practice has been to review these documents during their 60-day life at each regular scheduled City Council meeting. There were no changes made at the October 19th meeting. Just a reminder, this resolution encourages the use of a face covering or face mask in buildings open to the public. We've not had any comments or questions since the adoption of this agenda item back on October 5th. I think the public is fairly well familiar with it as it replaced a previous emergency resolution. We do not have any changes to recommend to the document this evening.
Is there anyone in City Hall that wishes to comment?
No, there's no one here at City Hall.
Any council comment before we move on? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to our next item. Review of Emergency Ordinance 1422 to require signage at the entrance to buildings open to the public that states face masks expected for city resolution. And John again.
Thank you. Emergency Ordinance 1422 was adopted at your last meeting on October 19th, and it did become effective on October 19th. It replaced Emergency Ordinance 1419, which basically accomplished the same goal, which is requiring the posting of a sign that face masks are expected at the entrance to buildings open to the public. And again, just a reminder, those are available here at City Hall. You can download them off of our city's website, or also the Chamber of Commerce and Development Company has copies of them available as well. Staff has not received any comments or questions since it was adopted on October 19th. And again, I would note it's very similar to the emergency ordinance that it replaced, so I think the public is fairly well familiar with this document. We do have seen good compliance across the community with this ordinance as well as its predecessor, and there have been no citations issued since this one was adopted or the preceding ordinance was adopted.
Thank you, John. Is there anyone at City Hall that wishes to comment?
No, there is not.
Any comment from the council? Okay. Seeing none, we will move on to item C, which is our standing item for COVID-19 issues. Is there any issue that someone on the council would like to bring up at this time? Travis.
It's nothing major, but just kind of looking at the calendar. Thanksgiving is in a few weeks, and so for people who do decide to travel, you should start your self-quarantine next week. So next week will be 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. So it's kind of a friendly reminder. If you do plan to travel, start quarantining now so that you're safe.
Thank you, Travis. If there are no further comments, we'll move on to item D. Second reading of Ordinance 1424, an ordinance amending Title 15, Land Usage, Chapter 150, Building Regulations, Section 150.38, Building and Development in Floodplain. And Jose.
FEMA has been updating the flood insurance rate maps, or the firm maps, throughout the country. This is a process that FEMA does periodically. Last time they did this in Vermillion, or for Clay County, was in 2010. This time they're updating it again, and as an item that they typically do when they do these items or do these things is that they also review the city's ordinance. While reviewing the city's ordinance, they found a couple items that they would have liked us to update, that being the designee, or the appointed to be the floodplain administrator. That would be changing from the building official to the city engineer. And then also just clean up some verbiage regarding having coastal flooding that obviously the city doesn't have. So those are the items that were to be changed in the ordinance. Just as a general note, the city, as all of you guys know, the city typically doesn't experience any flooding due to the fact that we don't have that much property next to the Vermillion River. And the parts that are along the Vermillion River actually experience very minor flooding when there are floods down below the bluff. So most of the sizes or increase in flood areas are either due to a change in how FEMA actually calculates the floodplain, or better accuracy with the surveying technology that gives FEMA the elevations and so forth for calculations. There's no costs associated with this ordinance besides the publication cost. Administration recommends approval of the second reading of Ordinance 1424. State statute requires a roll call for a second reading.
Thank you, Jose. Is there anyone at City Hall that wishes to comment on this item?
No, there is not.
Turning it to council.
Move approval. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll. It is very easy to remember to do that in this circumstance.
Yep.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Moving on to new business, we have appointment to the Business Improvement District Number 1 Board. We had 2 vacancies, and we had 2 expressions of interest from incumbents, being Greg Huckabee and Dan Kenton. So we could get a motion to approve those appointments.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item of new business is set a special meeting date for canvass of city home rule charter election results. And Mike?
State law requires the city council sitting as the board of canvass to canvass the election results within 7 days of the election. As our next regular meeting is November 16th, beyond the 7 days, we would need to schedule a special meeting to canvass the November 3rd home rule charter election results. The county commission will be canvassing the general election results on Thursday, November 5th, so a special election could be set for Friday, November 6th, Monday the 9th, or Tuesday the 10th. To canvass these, following the noon meeting, I think Marty sent out a poll to see what time worked best for the council, and it looks like it was 5 o'clock on Tuesday, November 10th. We could have everybody there. So I'd look for a motion to set that unless something changed since this afternoon.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Item C, annual write-off of old accounts receivable. And Mike? Oh, sorry. Rich, did you have a comment? I apologize.
Yes, only a statement, I think it's obvious. For the survey, we've got to be there on Tuesday afternoon, is that correct, physically?
Yes, we would need a quorum to be there physically so that you could actually open the results and then also sign the official canvas tally sheet.
That's what I thought, thank you.
But we only need a quorum. We don't need the council in its entirety, so.
I think Marty said everybody could be there, but if there's a conflict, please let me know, because we would need to have a quorum, and that is the last day to canvass.
Okay. Thank you, Mike. So moving on to the annual write-off of old accounts receivable. Mike?
The city bills for utilities, landfill fees, ambulance, and other miscellaneous items for grass and weed tagging, snow removal, damage to city property. These billings are considered accounts receivable of the city, and as such are recorded on our accounting records. To remove uncollectible items from the accounting records requires an action of the city council. I'm requesting the council remove the following accounts from the accounting records. This in no way prevents the city from continuing to take action to collect them. These accounts will either have been sent to small claims court, collection agency, or unless they've been discharged by bankruptcy. We got utility, 163 utility accounts totaling $40,955.98. General accounts receivable, there's 8 accounts totaling $364.76. We had 1 landfill fee totaling $29.58. We had 3 return checks totaling $1,277.10. We had 146 ambulance accounts totaling $115,329.68. I included in the packet there kind of a 10-year history to be able to look back to see what we've done in prior years for write-offs of these accounts. Also looked back, we do collect on some of these old accounts. It's not a large amount, it's probably in the $4,000 to $8,000 range depending on the individual years, collecting on some of the old accounts that either the collection agency or small claims court or the person comes back to town. I would ask for an action to remove these from the accounting records with the continuation of all collection efforts on these accounts.
Thank you, Mike. Turning it to the council.
Move approval.
Second.
Rich?
I just wanted to ask Mike, since we've had a billing and collection agency for the ambulance, have they been successful at recovering these lost debts after we've written them off at all?
They worked these accounts for about 9 months to 12 months. If they haven't collected them in that time, they turn them back to the city. The cities, at that time, we turn them over to a collection agency. But if they think they can get some money out of them, they keep the accounts to work them because they get paid a percentage of what they collect.
Have they been successful at all?
I think they're being successful. You can look, our write-offs, I hate to say the number keeps growing, but then at the same time, our billing has increased considerably over that 10-year period.
Thank you, Mike.
Are there any other questions or comments from the council? Seeing none, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item of new business is resolution for grant application to Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust Program. And James?
Yes, thank you. At this point, I think most are familiar with what is commonly referred to as the Volkswagen emissions scandal. So this is an opportunity for the city to apply for funding for electric vehicle charging infrastructure from the Environmental Mitigation Trust that was established after Volkswagen settled their case with the EPA in the state of California in 2016. Staff has been researching specifically a DC fast charger as an option for the community. This grant would pay for 80% of that charger if the request was approved. At the direction of City Council, staff was directed to go ahead and submit the application on behalf of the city, which is what the resolution in front of you would authorize tonight. Again, some of the logistics of the project need to be determined yet as far as location and other things like that will allow us to make a complete application. But we ask that the City Council authorize staff to submit that application, and if approved, This trust would potentially pay for 80% of the cost of this infrastructure, and then I think additionally there could be some rebates available through our partners at Missouri River Energy Services. So with that, administration recommends approving the resolution to submit a grant application to the Volkswagen Environmental Mitigation Trust Program.
Thank you, James. Any comments or questions from the council?
Move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Moving on to bid openings, we have fuel quotes. Mike?
Fuel quotes. First bidder was Growmark FS on item 1, unleaded gasoline, $1.59.4 cents per gallon. And item 2, number 1 and number 2, diesel fuel dyed. The blended price is $1.37.5 cents. Bid item 3 is number 1 and number 2, diesel fuel clear. The blended price is $1.66. Second quote is from Jerry's Service on item 1, $1.80.6 cents. Item 2, $1.72.5. And item 3, $2.05 cents. The Stern Oil on item 1 is $1.51.91. Item 2, $1.47.5 cents. And item 3, $1.75. Stern Oil is low on 1, and Growmark FS is low on 2 and 3.
Move approval of the low bids.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the low bid. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson.
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. City Manager's Report, John?
Thank you. City offices will be closed on Wednesday, November 11th for the Veterans Day holiday. The curbside recycling collection that would take place on Wednesday, November 11th will be on Monday, November 16th. As was noted at the beginning of the meeting, the general election is tomorrow, November 3rd. There is a section of the ballot labeled municipal question, and just a reminder, this question is in regard to the adoption of a home rule charter for the city of Vermillion. A yes vote is to adopt the charter, a no vote is to not adopt the charter. If you want some last minute reading, a copy of the home rule charter for the city is available on the city's website. And just a reminder, the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then a couple other meetings this week. The city's Historic Preservation Commission will be meeting on Wednesday, November 4th at 9 a.m. And the Human Relations Commission will meet on Thursday, November 5th at 7:30 p.m. That's all that I have, Mayor.
Thank you, John. Moving on to invoices payable. Does anyone have any questions? Steve?
I had a question for John.
Oh, sorry. First questions for John, then questions for Mike.
John, the Verizon cell tower, where are we with that?
I don't have a good answer for you. The company, or excuse me, the representative for the company that, I'm sorry, I should back up. Are you referencing the one that was going to be located just west of Market Street?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was talking about the right thing before I got into this. The representative that was working with us for that company left to go to work for another company. And then the representative that replaced him, I think it's been a year since we heard from him. I think he was going to Patagonia on vacation and other places, and I believe he came back, but they have not pursued that tower. I think it's been at least a year since we've heard from them.
Yeah. I have a couple other questions, too. Was there any discussion this week, John, that you were aware of that the council was going to shut down the city because of COVID rises in the state of South Dakota?
I never received a contact from any council members with regard to that.
I did not either. And yet there were questions that I had from the public this last week. And I just wanted to kind of remind people that if you hear rumors about anything that's going on in the city council, especially things that don't seem to make a lot of sense, please ask one of us, and we will be happy to tell you the truth as we know it. You know, the cell tower thing reminded me of citizens who were claiming that cell towers cause cancer when we were considering these things, and I get worried when rumors begin and people become fearful about things that don't actually exist. And I know that we are all tired of being indoors and not seeing each other, and there's an election season on, but please try to investigate before making announcements on social media or anything that are outrageous in nature. And please ask one of us if you have any questions about the state of city government. And certainly we will be absolutely happy to get back to you and confirm or deny anything that you're hearing.
Thank you, Steve. Are there any other questions for John? Seeing none, we'll move on to invoices payable. Do you have any questions for Mike?
Move we pay our bills.
Well, a motion and a second to pay our bills, always a great idea. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Consensus agenda. Item A, set a public hearing date of November 16th, 2020 for annual liquor and wine license renewals. B, set a public hearing date of November 16th, 2020 for a retail on-off sale malt beverage with South Dakota Farm Wine for PR Vermillion LLC for Vermillion Pizza Ranch at 912 North Dakota.
Move approval of the consensus agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and many seconds to approve the consensus agenda. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. Motion carries. Not a Wilson record there, but I believe we are out of items.
Not a record, Mayor?
Not a record.
Oh, because I was going to delay my adjournment request just so Howard can keep the record.
Yeah.
He's got it. It's healthy.
It's safe? Am I a
It's
long
safe.
way?
Yeah.
Because I could stay here for a while.
Nope. I feel like you've done enough, Steve.
I probably have. I've probably done too much in this meeting. I move we adjourn.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye at the roll.
Helwig,
Aye.
Holland,
Aye.
Humphrey,
Aye.
Genowine,
Aye.
Lettler,
Aye.
Price,
Aye.
Ward,
Aye.
Wilson,
Aye.
Mayor Collier-Wise.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.